Hello guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here. Welcome back to more Enderal. Carlacus has just escaped from the abandoned temple. We are collecting pumpkins. We have just made it out. The sun is setting. Night will be upon us soon, so let us use the remaining daylight to, I don't know, collect pumpkins? Seems reasonable. So right now our mana is not doing too well. Now it's said that I could collect some mana fungi if I wanted to increase the regeneration. So, ooh, red Rosola, that's not what I was looking for. What kind of mushrooms were I looking for then? I don't know, but I'm on a pumpkin quest right now. That's where I am. Oh, I'm such a little noob. Look at me. With my shabby clothes and my iron arrows. It's wonderful. Let's go first person here, it's a little easier. Even though foliage looks awful on YouTube. Ah, there we go. These ones I wanted to find. Looks like we also get experience points just for collecting here. Increases mana regeneration by 25 for 480 seconds. I'll eat some of those so we can... Look at that! Wow, mana just flies now. Great stuff, great stuff. So we'll Oh, this is my kind of place. Alright. A beautiful statue. Just, You can just tell how much work and effort and just passion went into this. This is like legitimately a passion project. It's a free game. That's the thing. It's non-profit. It's insane. Heals health instantly. The moon carrots. Ah, the plant sap heals you. Ah. Okay, so we can come across those little trees to heal ourselves out in the wilderness. That is excellent news indeed. I'm still missing one mana fungi. Can I wonder if I can find one before I leave. It would only seem proper. There we go. Done and done. Now with that, we have some basic supplies that we can use to survive the day. Now, how do I have a look at what the time is? I think in my journal. So it's currently 7:27 p.m. So we should still have a few hours of daylight. Hopefully. Now this abandoned tower will probably lead me down. Scrap metal of an ancient nation. Goblet of an ancient nation. I don't think I will need any of these. Not even the bowl of an ancient nation. Won't be handy this time around. Oh, it's kind of dark here. Torch. Torch always helps. Ooh, spell tome for flame bite. Let me see. Can you check? I think you gotta go in the inventory to use those. Bada boom. A gout of fire that does 6 points of fire damage. Targets on fire take extra damage. So it's... We recognize this one. Let's switch to flame bite instead of the one we currently have. Boom. So we have a healing. We have our swords. We have a longbow. Alright. Boo boo. Now hopefully there are no enemies that... Use traps to your advantage by defeating enemies with them. Okay, so here's the trap. Where are the enemies then? There's something over there. But I don't know if that's an enemy or... Oh. There's somebody sitting over there. Okay. Here's what we do. Hey, ugly. Hey. Gosh, come on. Hey, ugly. Oh. He's dead. Oh. Silly me. Thinking the dead would walk. What do we have here? Another man who has fallen. Don't ask me why I'm picking these up. It's just a habit I have from my dad. Old vagrant hood. Oh, look at this sword though. It's so cool. Ancient crystal coin. Ambrosia. What is this? Oh. Well, I think it was a good thing. You leveled up. You receive 5 learning points, 3 crafting points, and 1 memory point. Choose an attribute which you want to raise. You know what? For now, let's just go with health. Yeah, we'll go with health for now. Cool. And inform yourself about your current abilities. Well, we have already had a little look at our abilities. Have we not? I believe so. So, crafting points. So I believe what we can do now is that we can go in and read that one book that we found, right? Because we found Apprentice Book Elementarism. Boom. Increase the Elementarism. Alright. Now what else? I'll learn how the new system works in due time. Suncoast. I wasn't quite done. I wanna remain. Remain right here. Because they said enemies, so... I assume there's somebody in here? Oh. Oh, you know what? I can see when I'm not wanted. Come get me then. Here. I'm right here. Yeah! Jump! Gotcha! Ah, wonderful. They always spread their legs for me. Troll fats. Excellent. Now, quite a good lesson you taught me, game. Let's take that health potion, coin purse, old vagrant dress. Fancy. Iron ingots, potion of enchantment. Another brittle longbow. We already have one of those, so I'll take the arrows though. Can always need more of those. Good old take damage when you walk over body parts. That's good to see that some things never change, eh? Now, let's get going. Into the Sun Coast. Oh. There's a animal over here. I think I know what to do. Oh, he's coming for me. Well then. Yeah! Got him. A coastal deerstalker. I'll pick up what you have. Alright. Yeah, it's getting darker now. It's getting darker indeed. Looks like that deerstalker had quite the feast here. Gloves. I don't have gloves yet. Some potions. Spell Tome of Life Absorption. Ooh, now that sounds like something I would want. Let me see. Where do you keep... There we go. Bada boom. Life absorption. Let's see. Well, I'll keep it around for now. I don't want to be favoriting too much straight away. We'll just keep going. Oh, does it drop here? Whee! Carlacus is quite the acrobat. He'll be just fine. I almost made it down. Hard fights require tactic. Press M2 while blocking to execute a bashing attack. Alright, I don't have a proper shield yet to block with, but I'll keep it in mind. Oh. There are more of them down here. Let's take care of them. Carlacus is well versed with a wide variety of weapons. Here I feel like we should use the elevation to our advantage. Whoa! Okay, let's take it easy. Roast. Okay. Bad. Okay, we're currently not doing so well. Okay. What was those heal potions again? I don't think I have any more of them hotkeyed. We gotta figure out, because they won't instantly save me from a bad scenario like this. I gotta be more careful. Let's make the health potion something absurd, like 6. There we go. Ah! Roast them! My mana is low. That's fine. I'll use the rest to chase him off. Alright. I missed. Of course I did. Ah! I want a shield right about now. To defend myself from these fiends. Okay. Got him. Another one. Yeah. That's how Carlacus rolls. Good job. Good job. Got some meat from them at the very least. which will be excellent. Let's eat a mana fungi. Let's get some of that meat. And the pumpkin. I assume that this all stacks. It stacks. I probably overate. But good to know. Now then. It's slowly getting darker outside. Old vagrant hood. Right, I got a hood. I still didn't equip that. Getting so much different things here. Now, should I get the old vagrant dress? Ooh, now I'm getting quite a look to me. Look like a seasoned adventurer at this point. Which I'm still far from. This... Search. You require a shovel. Search the suspicious soil. Okay. Should I though? Should I really? Oh. Did I just dig up somebody's grave? I should probably feel bad about this. The Apprentice Book of Light Magic. I'll take it. Pennies, health potion, a petty soul gem. I'll leave your skull though. Excellent. Okay. That was not the kindest thing I've ever done. But oh well. Resting place discovered. Cool. It's a crusty bread as well. Ooh. Finally a hauberk. Some proper armor this time. Boom. Yes. Now we're talking. I still look super buff. No matter what I do, you'll always look super buff. Oh well. Is that a resting place? As in... resting for the dead, or... What is... What is... A river... A river crab. No, this will always be a mud crab in my eyes. Good night. Oh wow. It's quite a fight. Roast him. Ah. Maybe it'll be tasty. Who knows? Should check that out. Now then. Let's put away that bloody blade. Is there anything we can do here? This will just lead to a beautiful waterfall. There's something stuck in the rocks there. Another crab, I think. Gar. So we'll take care of that. Perfect. Stab to death. And nothing more I really want. Except for those chain boots. Good thing I didn't pass by those. Bam. Good, good. Starting to get ourselves some armor. Still, probably like a shield. So we'll see what kind of playstyle we go after. We probably have to be testing out a lot because there are some interesting schools of magic here and such. But for now, let's just focus on being the... We're just gonna be a versatile guy starting off. Use a bow and arrow at a distance when they get up close. Have more of a battle mage style. Now, it might be a city on top of that. That's what it looks like at the very least. Alright, let's get our torch out. Let's get exploring. There's a path here I can take. And so I will. I hear the Nirnroot sounds. But I don't know... Oh. The Vinroot. Well, I'll take that then. It's just so pretty. Aww. This reminds me of Solitude a little. Oh. There's somebody here. Answers marked with that carry this. Oh, okay.
Now would you look at that? I knew I'd seen someone scrambling in the mountains. What brings you here, my sir?
So this is interesting. So if you see like a dialogue option that has those two arrows, it will bring the story forward, and the rest and the other options are most likely just fleshing out the situation, asking extra questions, so to say. Well, I suppose it's best to just be friendly with the people I meet so far. That's a long story. Where am I here? And who are you?
Who am I? Fin Delires, apothecarius by my path. Pleased to meet you. and you are at Sun Coast, in the south of Enderal. Where are you from? But wait, don't tell me. I know that accent. Nerim, isn't it?
There we go. Everything's locked up. At least for the night we should. Wait a second. Who's that?
Just an adventurer on his way. No reason to worry.
No reason to worry? For heck's sake, Finn. How do you know that this guy isn't with the bandits? You said you'd call me if anyone showed up. And now you're standing here, having a chat with him as if this were the bathing house of Ark.
Lo and behold, we are still alive. Now, is there anything else, Carbos?
I've got my eye on you. Touch any of our stuff, and you'll regret it. Unbelievable.
May I present Carbos, as he lives and breathes. In any case, if you don't need any more help, I'd suggest you move on. Follow the way east behind the dam house. It'll lead you to a village called Riverville. Ah, and here, take this. Truth be told, you don't look so healthy. Your eyes... well, whatever.
The ones marked knowledge. Interesting. What about... I'm sorry, I'm Carlacus. What about my eyes?
There's something peculiar about you. I don't know how else to say it. I would examine you myself, but we don't have the right equipment with us. So if I were you, I'd ask a priest in Riverville to have a look at you. Who knows? Maybe you caught something in that temple.
I think it's something that goes beyond that. What's your story? Why are you here?
Us? Oh, nothing spectacular, I'm afraid. We gather herbs, but tomorrow we're going back north, to League. You should stop by one day if you're in the area. Someone who scours Pyrian ruins and survives could surely be useful to the apothecary and help us find some things.
Perhaps. So, can you tell me more about this region?
Well, what can I tell you? This is the Sun Coast, in the south of Enderal. A pretty peaceful area, except for all the animals and bandits that have recently started going crazy. And, well, that's pretty much it. I think you should ask the people in Riverville if you want to know more. They certainly have some stories to tell.
Ooh, gather knowledge about it. Okay, interesting. I see. And are there places that might be of interest to an adventurer?
To an adventurer? If you ask me, what you need before you adventure anywhere is some good old-fashioned shut-eye. But yes, there are some places. The Three River Watch, for example, right there below the stone arch. It was once an old trading post, but now it's full of shady characters. Ah, and there's also a big Pyrian ruin south of it.
So, you said you are apothecarius by my path. What do you mean by my path?
By the Black Guardian. You really are an outlander, aren't you? My path is... well, it's just me path. My role designated to me by Malthus. A kind of calling, if you will.
I'm really digging the voice actors. Like, a lot of these guys would just seamlessly fit into the Skyrim world. A role designated by Malthus? You mean the gods assign your professions to you?
Not exactly. Malthus designates our place in society. Generally the same one our fathers and forefathers occupied. I walk the path of the erudites. And there's also the manufacturers, the sublimes, and, of course, the pathless. Within these roles, we are free to choose a profession, but certain vocations that are available to an erudite are not permitted to a manufacturer, which is one path below. However, below does not mean that it is in any way inferior. Everyone on Enderal does what they do best, and who would know better than the gods what exactly that is?
So we are definitely going to be going through a lot of dialogue because I sort of need to understand this world and try to delve into it. So, you know, at any point you have the luxury of being able to skip forward in time if it doesn't interest you. But right now I'm trying to really get into it. But aren't you frustrated by being bound to that path? Don't you want to advance?
In the folly of my youth, I might have thought about it, yes. But then I realised that half of what goes wrong in this world has to do with the desire to advance. I am interested in living the righteous path and to contribute to the preservation of my people. That's enough for me, and only the faithful will be granted the eternal paths upon death.
Like, whoever just wrote and, like, came up with this lore, like, it's so... it's truly fascinating. And who are these pathless?
Men or women who have never received the path consecration, or those who have broken their path. Brigands, glimmer dust smugglers, murderers, well, you know.
In Nerim, there's a rumor that the gods are dead.
And over here, there's a rumor that the Golden Queen has a weakness for men in gowns.
Oh.
Seriously, be careful with that kind of gossip. I know you don't mean any harm, but there are a few who might consider it heresy.
Okay. Huh. Then interesting thoughts.
Well, I didn't come up with it.
Alright, so that's some extra knowledge about the region then? Interesting. So, can I trade some goods with you? I found some things in the ruins.
Yeah, why not? Show me what you've got. Maybe I have some things you can use.
Barter time! Now what do you sell? Life absorption rank 1. Oh, this is... No, this is his inventory. Looks similar to mine. Now, ambrosia seems to be quite the important substance to have around. Crusty bread is also quite good, but I don't think there's anything I would want to buy from you at the moment. I have to think about what I want to sell, though. The ancient coin? I'll probably sell it, since it doesn't seem to be marked as a quest item. But then again, it is hard to know. For now, we will probably try to keep a lot of items that we're not really sure if we're going to be using yet. Nails, they're marked as a tool and not junk, so I assume nails might be important. But stuff like the old sword, I can probably safely sell. So you can take that and we can get some pennies. It seems like pennies are worth more than, a little bit more than coins, perhaps, in Skyrim. We'll see. We'll see when the time comes. That's it for now. Thanks for your help.
Don't mention it. I wish you a quick recovery and safe roads. Walk blessed. Carbos, do we need the still tomorrow? Or can I clean all the tools?
Blazes, Finn, I'm playing. Don't bother me.
I guess that means no.
What? Well, that just hit me out of nowhere. Finn.
By the righteous path. What happened to you? You look as if you've met the Black Guardian himself.
Yeah. I suddenly had this kind of fever. Do you have any idea what it could be?
Fever? Well, there could be many causes. Wait a moment. I think I still have some grunt root. That should be enough to ease your pain, at least for now. Take a seat at the fire. The warmth might help you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds good.
So now we're brewing potions for complete strangers.
Well, if the strangers are about to die of fever, then yes. There was that oath we swore once, remember? To help the afflicted, to...
Whatever.
Thank you. Gruntroots, Gruntroots.
Oh, Finn, hurry up.
Here we go.
Finn, please help me. I can't take this anymore. I keep having headaches. Mystical headaches.
So, let's see. Sheer cup, some water. Ha! Done. I can't make any promises,
Shit.
but
Finn, the still.
explore. Do something, damn it! Do something!
What in the name of the freaking Black Guardian is going on? Whoa!
Oh, sod it!
Do I really have to watch every step you take? That was a fucking close call.
Hey, I'm sorry, alright. We'll pick up a new one in Ark.
Yeah, and you're paying for it. Here I thought this bloody day couldn't get any worse.
This day isn't getting any better. Here, drink this. It'll help you.
Alright.
See, you already look a lot better. Still, you should let a priest take a look at that fever as soon as possible. The grunt root potion will wane in a few days.
Thanks. But what in blazes just happened there?
What, you mean the still? Bad quality, and too much heat, I'd wager. But, whatever will be, will be.
But the explosion, the voices, they were yours.
Explosion? I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Finn Dalaris. Died in 8234. Cause of death, exploding still.
Ha ha. Look, I really don't know what you're talking about. Maybe...
Wait a second. What was that? I could have sworn I saw something moving over there. Oh shit!
What the...
What?
Carbos!
They've hit me, Finn. Those bastards. They've hit me.
Carbos, do something, damn it! Do something!
What the Can this whole thing just... What? Okay. Whew. Everything just goes crazy. I don't know what to expect. I don't know from what angle things are gonna come.
Now would you look at that? Our mysterious survivor has awoken.
What? Where am I? Who are you?
Jaspar Matumiel Delveric. Jaspar for short. And you, my friend, are in my very own campsite. And before you ask, yes, the bandits killed both of the apothecary. The only reason you're still alive is that the impact of the explosion threw you right into a thicket. Luckily enough, most of your injuries are only superficial, and I've already taken care of them. Your fever, though, is an entirely different story.
How do you know all of this? Were you there when they attacked?
Suffice it to say I was on the perimeter. And no, I didn't help for two reasons. One, I was outnumbered like crazy. And two, I'm in a happy relationship with my entrails.
Seems fair.
I wish I had a more heroic answer for you, but I don't. Sorry.
My fever? Do you know anything about it?
Yep, quite a lot actually. You're suffering from first-degree Arcanist's fever. I'm quite surprised that the old apothecarius didn't see that, to be honest. You're suddenly capable of doing things you previously knew only from the bard songs, right? And you're feeling unusually strong and dizzy at the same time? While drinking herbal potions leaves kind of a bitter feeling in your head?
It does, yes. Then this Arcanist's fever is responsible for these things I can suddenly do? The magic?
Yep. Your magical talent has broken free inside you. I don't have any myself, but I've worked together with enough Arcanists to know the signs. Simply put, what's happening is that your body can't cope with the magic. This isn't much of a problem at first, but if you don't do anything about it within the next couple of months, you'll find yourself running through the heartland naked, throwing fireballs at everything that moves.
Sounds tempting.
You'll lose your mind, to speak plain and all.
But the fever can be treated, right?
Yes, of course. Though someone who's magically gifted will always react differently to certain situations than someone who isn't. As I said, some herbs will always worsen your fever, as will magically contaminated areas.
So this fever gets worse whenever I... what, drink potions?
Among other things, yes. Just as being magically gifted can make a person powerful, it can also make them sensitive and prone to certain conditions. Just don't overdo it sleeping in ruins or in the wilderness. Instead, set up a camp somewhere. Plus, as you've already said yourself, don't overdo it with potions.
That's smart, though. It gives you a little bit of a incentive to hold back a little and be more tactical with your supplies. And what happens if I do these things? How does the fever affect me exactly?
Well, that depends on how bad it gets. At first, you'll suffer these diffuse headaches from time to time. Then your sight will permanently blur. And then you'll suffer a case of acute death, so to speak.
Oh. The fever can kill me?
Yep. Everything has its price, as the wise hermit likes to say.
And how can I treat it? With this grunt root extract?
What? No. That won't help you in the long run. What you need is ambrosia, a special mixture of herbs that can remedy the fever without any side effects. Every good alchemist has that in stock, but it'll cost you.
So we already have some of that on us. Like what he's telling me right now, what we're learning is stuff that I picked up just by reading the different descriptions, but I suppose this is how our character would come to understand it, since they can't really open up a menu and read about it there. And what about these visions?
Visions?
Well, that's what I'd call them. I have these kind of premonitions of things which are about to happen. Are they also a side effect of the fever?
No. Well, none that I know of. The only visions I ever had were those that come along with a good pipe of peaceweed.
Oh my god.
You know what? Someone has to take care of your fever. And as it happens, I know someone who could. But in return, I want you to tell me everything. How did you get here? And what did you do in that temple? And what exactly did you see in those visions? I can't put my finger on it, but there's something strange about you. And that makes me curious. So, healing for information. What do you say?
Oh, that's, well, it sounds pretty fair. I gotta go find myself some of that peaceweed, yo. Healing for information. Agreed.
Then shoot. I'm eager to listen.
Well, it all started 50 years ago. And that's the last time I slept in a pig pen.
I understand. My condolences for your loss. So that means you somehow survived this execution. And before you got washed ashore, you had this, this dream? In which you saw burnt bodies and a blinding light.
Yes, but it wasn't just a dream. It was more like a memory. The temple I saw in it was exactly the same as the one in the valley. Do you know what I mean?
I hope so. So your magical outburst didn't happen slowly as it usually does, but all of a sudden after this near-death experience. And with it came these visions.
Correct.
Interesting. I guess you know how absurd all this must sound, but somehow I believe you. Heck knows why, but I do. So, that means I'll introduce you to my employer. If anyone can help you, it's him. There is, however, one thing with which I could use a hand. The sooner we get that done, the sooner we can start our journey to Ark.
What exactly is Ark?
Ark? The capital of this country? Walls high as towers of iron-hard stone, rest alone in the mountains in granite enthroned, never decaying, the ages surveying, guarded by the Lord, and blah 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 blah, and so on and so forth. If you plan on staying in this land, sooner or later you'll see it with your own eyes.
Huh. And if I don't want to help you?
That's your call, I suppose. My curiosity is satisfied. But without me accompanying you, the guards won't let you into the Sun Temple in Ark, and that's where you need to go in order to treat your fever. But as I said, no hard feelings on my side if you want to play the lone wolf.
Who is this employer of yours?
Well, aren't you curious? I like that. I work for the Holy Order.
The Holy Order? You mean the military unit of the gods?
Yes, but as you might know, this is the realm of Malphus, the guardian of the Lightborn. And here, the Order basically reigns for him. It's both the spiritual and judicial center of this country, so believe me, you'll see for yourself soon enough.
Okay then, I'll help you. The faster I get rid of this fever, the better.
Splendid. There are some things that need some explanation before we can get started, however. Where should I start? I take it you've noticed that in the past 2.5 years, this world has fallen into political chaos, right? Civil wars, usurpers everywhere, you name it. And even though Enderal isn't directly affected by these wars going on everywhere, there are strange things happening here too. Take the Woodsers, for example. There have been an unusual number of reports of wanderers being attacked by them in the open, which has never happened before. And the same goes for the Lost Ones, the living dead. Until 2 years ago, they were a rather rare magical phenomenon. But now every other corpse not properly cremated starts walking again as if it were the most natural thing to do. The strangest thing, however, is what they call the Red Madness.
Do you think this chaos could be in any way related to the rumors about the Lightborn's deaths? Everyone in Erim talks about them.
Yeah, the rumors. I've heard them too. And I could indeed imagine that they're true. And that there's a connection, yes.
Then you actually believe that someone did kill the Lightborn?
As I said, maybe. If you ask me, the Lightborn were never more than false gods anyway.
So much lore here. What do the Enderalians think about that?
Well, they usually leave the thinking to their holy order. And they, of course, deny everything. Even to talk about it as we're doing is considered a crime. But as much as I hate to say it, maybe it's better this way. At least for now. A spiritual crisis is the last thing this country needs at the moment.
And here I thought the Enderalians were the most pious people in the civilized world.
Please, don't take me as an example. I've seen that a long life is only one of the things powerful magic can achieve. And this whole false deity theory isn't that new, after all. And seriously, let's say the Lightborn really are as mighty and omnipresent as the revelations say they are. Wouldn't they have the power to magically smite me here and now for my insolence? The Lightborn were just powerful kings. No more, no less. But that's just how I see it. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Far from it. No sweats.
Splendid. You never know. But we're digressing.
True. You mentioned something about a red madness.
Yeah. It's some kind of mental illness that makes people lose their minds. Just a couple of weeks ago, for instance, there was a smith in Ark who slaughtered his entire family. He was drunk, but that doesn't explain why he screamed things like, "Fear the light," while he was doing it. Or a young noblewoman who killed herself by setting her family estate on fire for no apparent reason. Now, you might say that these kinds of things happen, but by now there have been more than a dozen of them. That and the fact that the possessed's eyes glow red shortly before and during their deed has made people call it the Red Madness. And just 3 days ago it happened again. Only this time it was a magister from within the Holy Order itself.
A magister?
Right, you're not from here. A magister is a kind of sage from the Holy Order, who teaches the young novices who are aspiring to become keepers or arcanists. Yarrow was his name, a man who had more than 60 winners on his back.
What did he do?
He killed 15 novices and himself. According to the only eyewitness to survive, he entered the teaching room as usual to give a lecture on alchemy. But instead, he gave a strange speech in which he explained that humanity is corrupt, void, as he put it. And his eyes started glowing, he locked the door, and, well, he tore himself apart with a magical explosion. You can imagine the kind of uproar that caused.
This place is going down the drain. Places. This is horrible.
And unnecessary. Completely unnecessary.
So what's your role in all of this? You said you work for the Order, but I take it you're no monk?
Well, I'm not exactly one for vows and austerity, so no, I'm no keeper. I guess you could say my specialty is recovering things that have been lost. Treasures, tomes, memories, and the like. And the Order hired me to do exactly that. They want to know how a highly intelligent man like Yarrow could fall victim to the Red Madness. And also if there's a discernible pattern to how this malady, or whatever it is, chooses its victims.
In other words, you're searching for his motives. How could I help you with that? I don't know anything about this Yarrow.
True, but that's irrelevant. Yarrow grew up in a small village named Riverville, which isn't far from here. And according to some of the other wardens, he visited this area quite often after his partner's death. So it's quite possible we could find some clues around here. Shards of his past, if you like. I've already searched most of the area, but a second pair of eyes wouldn't hurt. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan. Where should I start?
Well, for starters, I need you to travel to Riverville and talk to an old man named Alfred. He was a childhood friend of Yarrow's, and he might be able to tell us something worthwhile. Secondly, a boy from the village told me that he saw Yarrow throw something into the water near a cliff to the east. Go there and see if you can find whatever it was he wanted to get rid of. I myself will have a look at the house Yarrow grew up in. Here, this is a map of the region. The blue dot over here is Yarrow's old house. And at the risk of sounding heartless, you should head back to the apothecary's camp. Maybe the bandits left behind some equipment. If there's nothing else, I'd say off we go. Let's shed some light on this Yarrow and his motivations. Meet me at his old house when you're ready. I'll be waiting there.
If a quest objective is marked by one or more stars, they indicate the difficulty of said quest, and at the same time, the level you should have for the quest. Very easy, easy, medium, hard. Okay, well guys and girls, I know we have been bombarded with exposition and dialogue and quest and lore and... Chain gloves, they are mine, sucker! Give it to me. Yeah! Sweet. But we're going to conclude the episode here. There's a little book there. Ooh, it's a new world with lots of info in it. Hey Jaspar. You know what? We might as well just go through with it. You said your job is recovering lost things. Does that mean you're some kind of treasure hunter?
Treasure hunter? That has a nice ring to it. But, let's just say I help people to fulfill certain materialistic desires of theirs. Just like the Holy Warden who brings back the lost shoe to the maiden. Only the maiden pays me to do it. And I have a more flexible conscience, so to speak.
Oh. The mysterious sellsword. I like that.
You do? That's good. But let's save the socializing for later, okay? Usually I am always in for a good talk, but for now let's focus on the mission.
I like you, Jaspar. You said your name is Jaspar Mitumial Dalveric. Isn't Dal a title and ability here in Enderal?
Well observed. Yes, I am indeed sublime by my path, but please, just ignore that, will you? I'm not a big fan of titles. Most of the time, they're just a means for boring people to feel superior towards others.
Alright. Well, I think I'll just leave you at that then. We have
a good pipe.
It's gotta smoke that peace weed. Okay then. Guys and girls, tune into the next episode where we set out on the path. Let me have a look at the map. So, resting place is over here. Over here is Alfred. There's the strongbox. Now, I wonder, where was the camp earlier? I suppose it wasn't too far from, maybe it was over here somewhere. So we gotta go back to the apothecary and such and see what items we can find. Tune in to the next episode where Carlacus' adventure continues, and hopefully next time we'll have some action happen. So tune in.
Never walk back on the road.
Okay, he's high already.
Aged man's abode. Ugh, blazes. Sorry. I know. I can't sing.
Indeed. Have a still good day. Take care and stay awesome. But most importantly, everybody, stay dark. Goodbye.